What's up, guys? Derek here with Tap and Turn Gaming, coming at you today with a new EDH deck tech. This deck will be for a revamped deck, I'm going to say, and it's going to be for Mizzix of the Izmagnus. It's got quite the fun name to say, with the X's and the Z's and the Z's and the X's. But she's a pretty cool legend. She came out in one of the newer Commander sets. She came out in Commander 2015 when they did the two-color decks. I like her a lot. So she is a 4-cost, 2/2 Goblin Wizard, and she has a very cool ability. So she has the ability that whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, you get an experience counter if the spell's converted mana cost is greater than the number of experience counters you already have. So you cast a 1-cost spell, you get 1, you cast a 2-cost spell, you get 2, 3 costs, you get a 3rd, 4 costs, you get a 5th, 4 costs, you get a 4th rather, 5, you get a 5th, you know, that kind of thing, so on and so forth. So she really lends herself to wanting to be cast with a bunch of spells. She really is a spell slinger style general at heart. And her second ability is that she reduces the mana cost of your spells by 1 for every experience counter you have. So as you cast a lot of X spells, presumably she gets more powerful and more powerful. So we're going to take a look at the deck. I built it to be a spell slinger deck, and I use the asterisks, or the quotation marks, because there is no creatures in this deck, no planeswalkers, no artifacts. The only thing we have is a couple enchantments that benefit off the spells. So let's move her off to the side. We can take a look at the next cards. So we're going to take a look at the enchantments that we're running, just to get those out of the way. So first up is Goblin Slide, so that whenever we cast an instant or sorcery spell, we can pay an extra 1 and go ahead and get a 1/1 Goblin. Then we have Trails of Evidence, a 3-cost enchantment. Then if we cast an instant or sorcery spell, we investigate. So that's pretty nice, because basically we can turn our spells later on into pretty much all into cantrips by investing an extra 2. Then we have Skywise Teachings. It's a 4-cost enchantment that says whenever you cast a non-creature spell, you may pay 2 via 1 to blue. If you do, you put a 2/2 blue Dijin Monk creature token with flying on the battlefield. Then we have Metallurgic Summonings, which is a 5-cost enchantment that says whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, create an XX colorless construct artifact creature token where X is the spell's converted mana cost. And you can pay 3 and 2 blue. Exile Metallurgic Summonings and return all instant and sorcery cards from your graveyard to your hand. Activate this ability only if you control 6 or more artifacts. So really, while we're playing this, is mostly to be able to go ahead and create the tokens and tokens and tokens and tokens and tokens. But late game, we can use this to get all of our instants and sorceries back and really just be a game winner for us, and that's pretty solid. So that rounds out everything in the deck that is not a land or an instant or a sorcery. So we'll take a look at the lands real quick. We run Terramorphic Expanse, Evolving Wilds, Kirkkeep to make tokens, Mystifying Maze to protect us, Reliquary Tower to let us draw all the cards, Halimar Depths, Manamo School's Water's Edge. Oh, this is only in here because I didn't take it out from when this was my Niv Mizzet the Firemind deck. So I use this to untap him, but there's really no purpose for it in the deck. I just haven't taken it out yet. So that's why that's in there. Command Tower, Rupture Spire, Scalding Tarn, Izzet Boilerworks, Shivan Reef, Izzet Guildgate, Swiftwater Cliffs, and Steam Vents. And then we run out the rest of our land base with just a bunch of mountains and a bunch of islands. We have 38 lands altogether, so I think we have 10 of each of the basics, but it really just rounds it out after the mana base. Relatively budget mana base, not a lot of dual lands in there, but they do the job. So now we're going to take a look at these sorceries. We're running Vandal Blast to get rid of the artifacts, Demon Fire because it's a nice red X spell, Devil's Play, another X spell, Banefire, another X spell, Burn from Within, another X spell, Red Sun Zenith, another X spell, Grape Shot for the Storm, Mizzium Mortars is a nice little board clear potentially. Fanning the Flames is pretty cool. It's an X spell, a red X spell that also has buyback. So this is really nice because we can, and it actually it only does Fanning the Flame does what, X damage to target creature or player. So what we can do with this is we can cast this for 2 mana and and get that 1 in there and just do 1 damage and then get an experience counter, then 2 damage, get an experience counter, 3 damage, get an experience counter. This buyback X spell is very, very damaging late game as it gets later and later. Because the buyback, Mizzix also reduces the buyback cost since it's adding the cost on. And that's pretty cool. So then we have Curse of the Swine for removal, Mind Spring for some card draw, Howl of the Horde to be able to go ahead and counter copy a spell and do it twice. As long as we attack, we can, with Howl of the Horde, we can copy a spell once or copy a spell twice if we've raided, which we raid by attacking, so we'll send in one of our tokens to die just to be able to raid. Mizzix Mastery will be able to cast our spells from the graveyard. Past in Flames gives all of our spells flashback. Mystic Retrieval lets us take back a spell. Tezzeret's Gambit lets us draw 2 cards and then proliferate, so that's always good. Time Warp is a 5-cost take an extra turn. Stolen Identity, I don't know why I should have a brain fart there. Stolen Identity lets us copy an enchantment or a creature or an artifact, and it has Conspire. Not that we'll use the Conspire very often, but we have ways to do it with our tokens. Treasure Cruise, to be able to draw some cards, and Time Stretch to be able to go ahead and take 2 extra turns. That's all of our sorceries. Now we'll take a look at our instants, which is a big bulk of the deck here. So we have Bluster Squall, tap down guys. Whispers of the Muse to go ahead and draw cards with buyback. High Tide to be able to make us generate more mana. Spell Burst, counter with buyback. Clash of Wills is an X counter. Broken Ambitions is an X counter. Condescend is an X counter. Comet Storm, an X spell that's an instant. Destroy an artifact with buyback via Shattering Pulse. Reiterate to copy. Increasing Vengeance to copy. Twin Cast to copy. Remand, it's Remand. Cyclonic Rift is Cyclonic Rift. Reality Shift for some removal. Unsubstantiate to go ahead and just return any problem thing back to its owner's hand. Logic Knot, another X counter. Mind Swipe, another X counter with damage. Chaos Warp. Reiterate for the copy and the buyback. Blue Sun Zenith to draw. Stroke of Genius to draw. Capsize for the bounce with buyback. Steady Progress to be able to proliferate and draw a card. Wild Ricochet to be able to copy a spell. Dismiss is a counter that draws. Turnabout lets us untap all of our lands to go ahead and generate more mana. Insidious Will lets us we're generally going to be choosing the mode of countering a spell or copying a spell, but it gives us some options, so it's really fun. Fuel for the Cause is a counter a spell, then proliferate. Put Away lets us counter a spell, then return something from our graveyard to our library. Brutal Expulsion lets us go ahead and more or less like unsubstantiate something and just return it to their hand. That's more or less what we use it for most of the time. Lost in the Wood lets us counter a spell and return a permanent to its owner's hand. Counter spell and draw a card with Contradict. Supplement Form to go ahead and copy a creature. Overwhelming Intellect, counter a spell and draw cards equal to its cost. Scar from Existence, just some nice removal. Fire Mind's Foresight to be able to go ahead and tutor for some spells that we need. And Dig Through Time to go ahead and draw some cards. Now I know you might be saying, well, why aren't you running Inexorable Tide? Inexorable Tide will be in the deck. Inexorable Tide is an enchantment that lets me go ahead and proliferate every single time I cast a spell. I just don't have one yet. That's the only reason why it's not in here. It will be in there once I get one, but right now I don't have one. So it will be replacing my supplement form once I get one, wherever that went to. My supplement form is right here, so my Inexorable Tide will be replacing that once I get it. But that is that's the whole of the deck. It's pretty cool. I think it's really fun. It's definitely a different kind of deck to play where you have no creatures, no planeswalkers, no artifacts, only a couple of enchantments to generate you guys. But yeah, that is my Mizzix of the Izmagnus EDH deck. This has been Derek with Tap and Turn Gaming. Please like, comment, subscribe, and we'll catch you later. Thanks a lot, and goodbye.